Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I will be showing you how to reinstall the operating system on your PC. In this case I'm going to be reinstalling Windows 7 on a PC that my dad and I built ourselves. I will show you the PC now. There it is. It has a Core i3 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and I think a 1 terabyte hard drive, but I'm not positive. So the one thing you want to do before you reinstall an operating system is back up all your files to an external hard drive. This one is a Seagate. I think it's called a Free Agent, and it is a 750 gigabyte external hard drive. You can get 1 terabyte versions of this, or 1 terabyte external hard drives these days for about 120, 150 bucks. I will probably link some down in the description so that you guys can get them if you need them. Now, the reason you want to back up everything to your external hard drive is so that you can get all your information back, because when you do this, when you reinstall your operating system, it's going to delete everything off your computer. So make sure you have all of your stuff backed up, all your family stuff backed up, whatever stuff you have on here that you do not want to lose, make sure to back it up. So the first step is going to be to shut down the computer. As I'm about to click right there. But before you shut down your computer, make sure to put your disk in your disk drive. This disk in this case. And your disk drive. Then shut down your computer and wait for it to restart. I'll probably have to fast forward through this because my computer takes forever to shut down, and that is why, well, it takes forever to do anything, I should say, and that's why I am doing this reinstall. Another thing you will want to be sure of, or want to do, is in your BIOS, make sure that you are set up. There's another reason why I'm doing this, because this computer is utterly stupid. Make sure your BIOS is set up to boot from your CD drive first. Normally it's going to be set up to boot straight from the hard drive. If my computer gives me the chance, I'll show you how to change it when I get into the BIOS. You make sure it's booting from your CD or DVD or Blu-ray drive, from your disk drive, rather than from your hard drive, otherwise it will never look for that DVD and it will never reinstall. Alright, if your computer is like mine and is absolutely refusing to shut down, here is an easy way to force it to shut down. See that blue light down there? That's my power button. Just push and hold the power button, and the computer will turn off. It's probably not the best way to do it, but it will force the computer to turn off. Alright, so now I'm going to restart the computer and enter the BIOS, which on my computer, or on my BIOS on my motherboard, it's F2. So, as you see in the boot menu, F2. Hopefully the external hard drive didn't cover that. I'm just going to continue to push F2. I don't know why it asks for a password, because it's blank. Alright, then once you're in the BIOS, you want to find your way over to the boot menu. If I can get my camera to cooperate. Okay, so in my case, boot is second from the farthest over. So boot menu type. I'll leave it at normal. Boot priority. As you see, I have it set for optical drives, then hard drives, then basically flash drives, and then the network. This is the way you want it, or at least you want optical drives first. For what we're doing here, you want optical drives first. Hit escape to get out of that. I only have 1 hard drive, I only have 1 CD, DVD drive. You want to make sure that boot from optical drive is enabled, otherwise it won't matter whether it's set first or not. So it looks like everything here is good. On my computer, I hit F10 to save the settings. I hit yes, and then I let it boot. And then if we're lucky, it will boot from the CD, or the operating system drive. Press any key to boot from CD or DVD. Alright, once it starts booting from the CD, or in this case the DVD, it will bring up this screen that says Windows is loading files. This typically takes a while. Alright, once you get to this point, you will choose the languages, the time, the currency, and the keyboards you want to use. In my case, it's all right, English, English, and US. So I'll push next. And I will push install now. I could do repair your computer, that might work for this case. That I'm pretty sure would save all your data, but just fix all the things that Windows had lost. The problem is I'm running Windows Professional, and this reinstall disk is Windows Home Premium. So I'm going to go to install now, although actually first I'll go to what to know before installing Windows. There it says before you begin, back up, just like I told you earlier in the video. And the rest is just information about upgrading to Windows 7. So I'll push install now. Alright, then it will give you these typical license terms. Just push I accept these terms because no one actually reads them, but hey, if you want to, more power to you. Push next. I am going to go to custom install rather than upgrade. Like it says in upgrade, it will keep your files, your settings, your programs, but that's the issue I had before. That's what caused everything to kind of degrade, so I'm going to go into custom. Okay, there you go. This does have a 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm going to use this partition. I'm going to push next. Actually, before I do that, let's see if I can disk options. I'm going to disk options. I'm going to format this partition so that all that data will go away, and hopefully I will not have the degradation that I had last time that caused it to get extremely slow. So I will format. Now that it is done formatting, I will click next. It will begin copying and installing all the files. I'm going to leave the camera running in case anything happens that I need to talk you guys through, but we will see. Alright, I've changed my mind. I'm just going to turn off the camera, and if there are any pop-up menus that, or anything unexpected I should say, I'll turn the camera back on and show you. Alright guys, sadly I missed something. Once it gets done expanding the files, or starts to get close to being done expanding the Windows files, it'll restart and show what it just showed on the screen where it's setting up Windows Registry. So when it restarts, and it asks you if you want to boot from CD or DVD, don't let it boot from CD or DVD. Do not push any buttons, just let it continue to restart. Do not touch anything, and it will boot into that screen. Then it will boot into this screen where it completes the installation. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. So I'll let it continue its installation. I will leave the camera running this time, and I will probably start talking again once the next interesting thing happens, which might be when it's done installing. Like you can see right on the screen, setup will continue after restarting your computer. I think it's going to restart automatically. If it doesn't, I'll restart it. Alright, this is another one of those times where when it says, do you want to boot from CD, don't push it. Let it continue to boot. Don't push any keys. Let it continue to boot. Alright, now we're at the first actual setup portion. As you can see right there, type username. So, in my case, because this is going behind the TV in our living room, I'm going to put it down as family. Then type computer name. For me, that's completely fine. I don't care. So, next. Password. I am not going to put in a password unless it forces me to. Product key. Alright, now this you guys will not be able to see. Let me see if it... Yes, it does bring that up. So you guys will not be able to see this. Alright, and I'm back. I put in the product key. It appears to have worked. Now it's letting me choose what I want to choose for updates, Windows updates. I'm just going to use the recommended settings. I'm 99% sure you can change these later though. So, my time is not Pacific time, it's Eastern Standard Time. So I will select that. I will select the date that I'm doing this on. And what is today's date? It must be the 7th. No, it's the 8th. Right, and the time is 2:48 p.m. Next. And now, as you can see, it's finalizing the settings, and I think it'll reboot one more time, but don't quote me on that. Activate now. Yes, activate now. Activate Windows Online now. It's not connected to the internet. My Ethernet is hooked up. I'll just activate it later then. And now it appears that it's just going to go through some thinking. And also, if you are curious, your product key will be shown on this box, and it will be shown down there at the bottom where my thumb's covering it. So you can't see the product key, but that's where it will be when you look for your product key. So, but no, you guys do not get my product key. And here we go. I'm in Windows.